Guys, it's been a long day, a long few days. We got our dog on Saturday, and we had to get rid of her last night. It was really tough, and so that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. And if I sound really weird and extra nasally and stuffy today, that would be because I haven't really been around my cats for 4 days, and now they're smothering me. But I will see you guys in just a second. So let me just apologize in advance for a couple of things. One, the sound quality of this video is probably going to be horrible because I am super nasally and stuffy because I spent the majority of the day crying yesterday. I just woke up from a nap, and I also haven't really been around my cats for like 4 days, and yes, I'm allergic to them. And now they're all over me now that the dog is gone, so my allergies are fucking awful, to say the least. The next thing is I am literally sitting in my bed recording this on my laptop, so it's probably going to be really terrible sound quality and everything and laggy as hell because normally I'm plugged into the Ethernet cable or I'm at least sitting at my desk. And I'm not doing that right now because I don't feel like going downstairs. I just woke up. I have about a half hour before I need to leave. So this is what we're doing. And lastly, I apologize in advance if I start crying. If I do, I will hopefully be able to edit it out. But I'm hoping that I'm all cried out by this point. But we'll have to see. So Tyler has been wanting a dog literally since we got together. He always had dogs his whole... Ooh! Alright, that makes me feel a little better. He always had dogs his whole life. I've only ever had cats, and I already had the cats, so we couldn't get a dog, and we couldn't get a dog in the apartment we lived in anyway because we already had so many cats. Recently, though, we've been talking more and more about getting a dog, and in his birthday card in June, I wrote at the bottom in teeny tiny little print, P.S. I finally decided we can get a dog. So we started looking at dogs all the way back in June on the website Pet Finder, and we joined a couple groups for pets near our town. And we looked, oh my god, more diamonds, seriously. We looked at lots of different animals online, and every time I found one that I really wanted, it would be gone before we even had a chance to inquire about it. And so I'd kind of given up. We really wanted to get a puppy so that we could raise it with our cats, so we knew that it would be okay with our cats. But those are really hard to come by, especially for cheap, because we didn't really want to spend $300 getting a dog, because we're also going to have to get a leash, a collar, food, toys, etc. And we didn't want to have to spend that kind of money right now while we're trying to save up to buy a house. And I'm also trying to save up for better equipment so my videos aren't so shitty. So I had kind of given up. I wasn't really looking at pets anymore. I just let him do all of it. When all of a sudden, last weekend, someone posted a Husky Akita mix. If you don't know what an Akita is, because I didn't, it's basically like a really fluffy Husky. So this dog was super beautiful, super fluffy. Like, she just looked amazing. She looked like the perfect dog for us. And we decided we wanted to get her. So we started talking to the woman. We were told that she was about 2 years old. She had been to the vet and was up to date on shots. She was trained really well. She knew like sit, stay, come, all that. She knew how to walk on a leash. And she loved cats, loved other dogs. She was like the best dog ever. And apparently she came from an abusive household when she was 1. So for the first year of her life, she was abused, beaten. She was starved. When the woman got her, she was just skin and bones. She lived the first year of her life on a chain. Just all these horrible things. So I felt really bad for this dog, and I wanted to get her. And she only wanted $60 for her. So that was cool with us. We talked to her. She talked to us and said all those different things. And we arranged to meet her. And we wanted to go meet at her house. But she insisted that we not meet at her house and we come meet here. And she had also told us that she had a cat and the dog got along with her cat fine. The reason that she was getting rid of the dog was because she was getting a service dog because she had been in the army, and it was supposed to help her, I don't know, like with her PTSD and stuff, and she wouldn't be able to handle having both dogs. So that was the only reason she was getting rid of her. So Saturday morning comes, and we arrange to meet this dog. The woman shows up at our house. She seems nice enough. She talks to us and tells us how much she really loves the dog. It's killing her to give her away. She tries to get her to sit and stuff, but she won't because she's excited. She's in a new place. There's all kinds of new smells, etc., etc. Her husband is so torn up about getting rid of the dog. He doesn't even want to come in because he's just been crying the whole time. He's out in the car crying, blah, 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 blah. So she decides she likes us. We would be a good fit. We brought a couple of the cats downstairs. Of course, they freaked out because they've never been around a dog in their life. And the dog freaked out a little bit and kind of ran after them. She told us that the reason the dog was freaking out was because she was around new cats and she wasn't trying to attack them. She was just trying to play. And oh my god, more diamonds. It's the best day of my life. And well, it's really not the best day of my life at all. It's the best day of my life in UHC. But anyway, she said the dog would treat the kittens like they were puppies, like they were her babies. So we decided to get her. We took the dog, the woman left. We had her in the house for a little bit. We petted her, we played with her. And we decided that we were going to take her to Tyler's grandma's house and go cook out because we had wanted to go there for dinner. But since we were already awake and it was already like 2 p.m., we might as well just get up and go there for dinner. So that was what we did. We took our beautiful new dog and we went to her house. She was really good in the car. She stuck her head out of the window. She didn't bark at anyone or anything. Just like such a good dog. And we really thought that this was going to be a beautiful and magical thing. We went to the store. We bought her some more toys because the woman didn't really bring us that many toys. We bought her a bunch of treats. We bought a little rope for the backyard so she could be out there for a while. Like we would watch her and everything, but that was fine. We went back to her grandma's house and we sat in the yard with her for a while. And this little stinker managed to find the only teeny tiny hole in the back corner of his grandparents' fence that we didn't even know about and escape through it. So she was definitely an escape artist, but we got her back. It was fine. And we definitely still wanted to keep her. We loved her to death already. So we took her home and we started testing her out with the cats. We only did this for a couple minutes because I had to stream and Tyler's cousin was coming over so they could hang out and play video games. So she didn't really interact with the cats too much. We locked them all in a room for their safety and hers, and we just let her roam the house and stay downstairs with the upstairs door locked. So Saturday night went by fine. The stream went really well. I gained a lot of followers. Everyone said the dog was cute, and it was all good. Is this my strip mine? Yes, I went in a circle. She slept with us at night. She didn't cry to go out. She didn't wake us up. It was all good. As most of you guys probably know, Tyler works third shift. So I'm home alone all night. And I had to watch this dog by myself the next day. So I began to test her out with the cats. I would bring her closer and closer and let her smell the cats, let the cats smell her, and it seemed to be going kind of okay. Our cats definitely didn't like her. The only one that would really come around her was Potato. But it was alright. They were doing okay. I thought they would be able to get used to each other. Well, that didn't really work out so well. So I continued to get them closer and closer. And Potato would swat at her, and she would kind of lunge forward. And I thought she was just trying to play because I read that the way dogs play is by swatting, so when the cats swat, they think that they're playing. And she always wanted to chase them too, the woman said, so if the cat swatted and moved quickly, she might be trying to chase them. So whatever, that was fine. And then I also came to find out she didn't really know how to walk on a leash at all. She would pull both ways, just kind of run back and forth, like She was bobbing and weaving, trying to get from one side of the road to the other to go smell everything. And I thought maybe that was just because she was in a new area. But I came to realize that she just continued to do it, no matter where we were, or what we were doing, or if we had been to that area 15 times before. So I tried to teach her to walk on a leash, and she was doing much better with the whole thing. She was really starting to learn. Things were going well. She also didn't seem to know how to sit, how to stay, how to come, or any of the things that the woman had said that she knew how to do. So I started to teach her these things. She learned really, really quickly. She learned sit, she learned come, she learned shake, she learned tend, she learned up, all of these things within a matter of a couple days. Like, she was really, really smart. And things were going well until she full-on attacked two of our cats. I was in the kitchen, and we had kept her tied up to this little post type thing that was between, like, we have kind of a breakfast bar. So this post separated the kitchen and the living room, and it was part of the breakfast bar. So we had her tied up there for the safety of all. And I was in the kitchen doing something else, thinking that everything was fine, until I turned around and found that she had cornered one of our cats, Potato, and she was close enough to him that she could reach him. But she hadn't tried to kill him or anything, so I wasn't that concerned. Like, she was getting closer, she was smelling him. I thought that things were going to be fine. But he was really uncomfortable and really upset, and he really did not want to be cornered right now. So I decided that the best thing to do would be to pick him up and move him so that he could get away from her and feel more comfortable. Apparently, she didn't like that, because as soon as I picked him up, she freaked the fuck out, jumped at him, and snapped. Like, I heard her teeth clamp together. And again, I thought maybe she was just playing, maybe, I don't know. I was just trying to put it off as something else. So I guess I was the only one home. I kept her tied up. I moved the cats upstairs, but Potato and Scout just continued to try and get closer and closer to her. Great. So I just kept trying to write it off as, like, her just playing. That was what I wanted to believe was happening. But it seemed as though that was not the case, since a few moments later, she came up to our cat Scout and attacked him as well. Thankfully, she didn't actually hurt anyone. Potato left a scratch on her nose, but she didn't actually hurt any of the cats. Could you stop jumping? I'm not even jumping right now. Anyway, she didn't hurt any of the cats, so that was fine. And I got really upset, wondering what we were supposed to do about this. And I sent Tyler a Facebook message, and I was like, hey, when you get home, we need to talk, because I'm thinking that things aren't going to work out with this dog. I think she's trying to attack our cats. I don't think she's playing. But he insisted that things were fine, we would talk about it, we would look into it. Well, when Tyler got home, he took her in the backyard while I locked up the cats, and she attacked the neighbor's dogs. Our neighbors have two, I think, pit bull mixes, and they were outside in the backyard minding their own business. Our neighbors never keep them on a leash, so they were just out there. Tyler brought her out on a leash to go potty before we went to bed, and she full-on attacked them. He said she was growling, she was snarling, she snapped. She pulled so hard that she almost pulled him over. She's a pretty big dog, but he is really strong. And she almost knocked him down because she pulled so hard. So we locked the cats up, we brought her back in, and literally every waking moment of her being here, she had just not attacked, but like jumped at the door and sniffed and whined and clawed and tried to get into the cat's room or out of our room when we had her locked up to go see the cats. And after those 2 cat attacks and the dog attack also caused Tyler to get attacked because their dogs attacked him. So after all of that, we decided that she was not going to be the dog for us. We reposted her on the page we got her from after talking to the woman, because the woman had said that she really cared about her and if things were going to work out, she would take her back. However, she refused to do so, and instead gave us the names of 2 other people that had said they were interested. So, we put her on the page, and someone from Paw Swap, which is a local animal shelter place, contacted us to let us know that this woman happens to be notorious for getting and rehoming pets multiple times a year. She told us that she was about to get a service dog, and she had had the husky for a year, when really, she's had the service dog since last September, and she's only had the husky for a couple of months. We have no idea if she's actually had any shots, so if not, she could have easily given us rabies or some shit. And apparently, the woman full-on knew that she didn't know any commands, she wasn't trained at all, and that she absolutely hated cats. Not she didn't like cats, she fucking hated cats. This bitch sold me this dog knowing that she was going to try and murder my beloved pets. If my cats had gotten hurt or killed because of this woman, I wouldn't be making YouTube videos anymore, because I would be in jail, because I would have fucking killed her. I would have burnt her house down. I would have at least beat the shit out of her, and Tyler said the same thing. There's no way, like, if our pets had gotten injured because this dumb bitch wanted to make $60, how ignorant are you to do something like that? But at least I don't feel so bad now about getting her a new home, because I know things never would have worked with us because she hates cats. It's not just that we didn't give her enough time. It's not our fault. It's not her fault. It's this dumb woman. But I cried all day yesterday about it because I loved her and I had taught her so many commands and she was so sweet and she really was a good dog. She didn't beg for anything. She didn't tear anything up. It was just the fact that she hated our cats. So we found a couple who Tyler knew from high school, and we sold her to them, and they're giving her to their grandparents, where she can live and have a big backyard and live with someone who's home constantly and be loved. And if it doesn't work out there, she's going to go live with their other grandma on a big farm. So I think she'll be happy, and they seem like they really love dogs. We made sure that they were good people, and Tyler's friends with them on Facebook, so we can keep in contact if we want to. But yeah, it was really hard, and this dumb bitch kind of ruined my fucking weekend. So, that was how my night went. I also didn't sleep at all for like a day and a half, and then last night I came home after I dropped him off at work and passed the fuck out. So, yeah, here I am. But tomorrow's Friday, which means it's almost Saturday, which means it's almost time for the drunk live stream. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this video was kind of depressing. I'm sorry that I lost, but hey, I found a shit ton of diamonds. I just didn't really try very hard in deathmatch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all again next time. Bye bye. P.S. Be wary of buying dogs from ignorant fucking fools.